Are you ready for more HTML tags? I hope so. Here we go. This podcast coincides with the W3 Schools HTML course and the basic chapter. We're going to start out with a little review. First of all, remember in our last podcast we said that HTML was the tag that began a web page. So every web page, if you look at the source code, begins with HTML and ends with /HTML tags. We also looked at the header section tags. Head and /head turn the heading section on and off. Now the header section should not be confused with headings that show up in your web page. The header section contains information that is used by your web browser and by search engines. They describe your web page but are not part of the viewable section of your web page. We'll look at the header section in a little more detail as we go along. The part of the web page that people see is the body, and it begins with a body tag, and it ends with a /body tag. It toggles on and off. Toggle tags. In the example page that we created, I slipped a little something in on you. The title tag. The title belongs in the header section. Whatever exists in your source code between title tag and the /title tag is your web page title. Now the title does not appear in your web page, but it appears in the frame around your browser window. We also looked at headings, and we did an H1 heading. H1 is the largest heading size. There are 6 different heading sizes, beginning with H1 and ending with H6. H1 is the largest, H6 is the smallest. In fact, H6 is actually smaller than normal text. Now, these heading tags are also toggle tags, so we turn them on and we turn them off. And here we see the smallest heading size, H6. We also saw paragraphs, and paragraphs are framed within paragraph tags. The first one, P, begins the paragraph, and the second one, /P, ends the paragraph. Each paragraph should be nested between these 2 tags. Now, here's a new one, links. If you want to include a link on your web page to another web page, this is how you would do it. In fact, what we've got here is a syntactically correct link to go out to the Apple Corporation's web page. Now, we call this an anchor tag, A-N-C-H-O-R, like the anchor we would have in a boat. The first anchor tag, A, in green there, begins the anchor. And the slash A at the end ends the anchor. Now, there's an attribute that's given to the first anchor tag when we turn anchor on. And in this case, we're using the href attribute. And we're saying that the href is equal to, in quotes, http://www.apple.com. Now, the quotes are in red to help us remember not to forget them. Very important that we include both the beginning quote and the ending quote. The http:// says that this web page is external. It's out in the World Wide Web somewhere. So we've got to go to the beginning of the World Wide Web and go looking for it. Where will we find it? Well, at the www.apple.com web server, which I believe is in Sacramento, California. Now, when we go there, the web page that will automatically be loaded, if we don't specify another one, is index.htm. That's a default rule. It's called the splash page or the home page, and it's the first page you want your reader to see. It's called index, INDEX, .htm. The HTM stands for Hypertext Markup. Now, the rules on extensions are 3 characters. Sometimes you'll see .html, but I advise you don't do that. It may not be compatible with every computer. The next new tag is the image tag. You may want to include a picture, like the little icon for WizIQ in the corner. The way that you would do that is with the image tag, IMG. It has the attribute src equals and then the name of the picture in quotes. Again, don't forget the quotes. Now this is what we call an empty tag because there is no ending tag. So if you notice, at the very end, before the closing ankle bracket, I've got the slash. It's in green. That ends my tag. There's a couple of other attributes in red there. There's width equals 104 and height equals 142. That's the number of pixels. So we're 104 pixels or dots high and 142 pixels or dots wide. Okay, that's all of the new tags I've got for you and a little review. Now it's time to practice. Don't worry, we're going to have examples of these tags and you will get to know them intimately. So, let's have some fun.